Says I'm in the show.
Yes. We are you. If you're watching this right now, you are in for a treat. Why? Because I've got one of the most amazing humans on the planet that you are looking at right now. If you're watching this live from the interwebs, her name is going to be revealed soon. But before I reveal her name, which you probably already see it in the comments here or right underneath her name, is one of my very best friends in the world. Even though she doesn't visit me in Puerto Rico very much, her and her amazing man Monty are friends of Kim and I for many, many years. This girl, Jen Springer, is made multiple six figures in the team building networking industry for many, many years, and has also gone beyond over the last few years to build a seven-figure empire, helping people build their goals, build their dreams by scaling their businesses using the power of the internet, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and showing you how to leverage building your brand on steroids, but also selling your product and service and or business, depending on what kind of business that you're in, utilizing the leverage of targeted marketing and advertising. She's done that extremely well for herself and obviously for her business, but also for my wife and I. We are the top earner of our company in the team building industry, and we've also utilized her skills and what she's taught us specifically for building and scaling our coaching business as well from Facebook ad perspective. So if you want to scale your business, this may be the Zoom, the training, the podcast, depending on where you're listening to right now. And I would like to introduce you to my good friend, Miss Jen Springer from Wisconsin, right, Jen?
Wisconsin, yes.
Wisconsin. Thank you so much for being a world changer on my show. And I was thinking of world changers. You were obviously on the top of my 1,000 list, right? And I'm just kidding.
You're on my top.
You're my top four.
Yes.
You're my top four.
Well, the funny thing is, I've known you since 2007 when I couldn't close anybody through any type of advertising. And you were my first mentor on closing, Tom. And we would role play and I would do all of your little boot camps. And I mean,
wait, why do you say little?
Well, they were little because they were like, well,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Like our heads, right? Little heads. But we every week and doing this. And so, yeah, like literally, your world changer vision. I remember when that was a concept, and now you're doing this and bringing together, how do you say, forward thinking people and people who've been successful. And for those that are listening, keep tuned in, because that's how we get better. I had a conversation earlier today about closing, and my hardest thing was closing leads. That's like ironic because now I'm a teacher, right, of it. But I called Tom 5,000 leads without closing them, any of them.
I don't know if I heard this story. 5,000 humans.
5,000.
No one said yes.
But nobody. Maybe one that probably was like a lay down, but. But now my closing ratio is 50% or high, 50 to 75%. I mean, it's really high. Like anybody I get on the phone with, you're in. But that didn't happen overnight. And it was practice. And I still think of you and the scripts and talking and practicing and role playing and all that. So thank you for always being a mentor in this industry to people, whether they're brand new or they are 6-7 figures. We always, every day, have to look at ourselves and think, how can I be better? And thank you for always being there as a resource for all of us.
You're welcome. You were one of the best clients that turned success stories that turned into friend, that turned into best friend. So yeah. I am honored, and I am excited to flip the turn right now, because you have went out and built not only one multiple six-figure business, but now a seven-figure business. So you're more than qualified, not just as a friend, but also something that can offer some amazing value. By the way, before we get started, and I know this is, a lot of you are watching probably the replay of this right now. I want you to put in the comments, how do you find humans, people, clients for your product and service, and or for your business? Like if you're in the business of finding team members, how do you find it? Is it through people that you know? Do you go through the internet? Do you do live stream? What do you do? Put in the comments here. I'd love to know what you do. So Jen, you know what? I'm gonna kind of start off with what I think is one of the best skills that you have, and you actually just did it.
Edifying.
You edified. You genuinely, from your heart and from your gut, edified. And I'm going to tell you what that did for me right now. It makes me want to edify her even more. It makes me like her even more, because not only is she winning friends and influence people with me as the interviewer and friend, of course, that's why we're right. But what she's doing is she is positioning me in the marketplace for you to edify me, so you will pay attention to this video. Because when you position people correctly with the proper authentic, of course, and it's very easy to do that with Jen and myself, but it adds value for people to pay attention. So, you know, people say, well, I can't get people to my church. Yes. I can't get people to my events. I can't get people to show up. It's all around influence. And part of influence is not putting the spotlight on you, but it's doing what Jen just did. So Jen, let's just talk about that. Was there ever a time where you weren't good at edifying, where
you were
just a pitch girl?
Diarrhea of the mouth. My original presentations was literally, I would have a group of people and I would open my mouth and words would come out for 3 hours straight. And I probably scared them into my business. Like that was probably what I did. But you know, the irony of you bringing that up is last Friday with my clients came up, you know, especially with Facebook ads, you know, I'm inviting people to our overviews or whatever the company, you know, is doing, but people aren't showing up. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, let me teach you about edifying, because if you're not edifying properly, there's no reason for it why somebody would go and listen to that speaker or get that information, or even your company video, or however you present or however they present. And so it's really interesting. And, you know, I learned some edification skills from, you know, some of the industry leaders in the past, but truthfully, you and I, over working together for so many years, that is really where we got tight with it, because 100%. Absolutely. And you know, that is the number one way of getting people to show up or to register for something or even get involved with the business, is edifying, you know, really telling the truth about that person and why they need to go. It's always scarcity, right? Urgency, scarcity, and why this, you know, thing is going to solve their problems in their life. And edification is going to get people to show up. I mean, it's the secret sauce, right? Yep.
So good. The best analogy is how to get someone to see a movie. Oh my gosh, Jen, have you seen the new Avatar yet, by the way?
No.
Holy crap. You're going to be sitting there going, this is a trip. It is unbelievable. Anyways, you see how I'm doing that? All right. Mm-hmm. But if I went, there's these little blue men and they go underwater and they ride these like seahorses. I mean, it's going to sound so stupid if I try to sell you or explain it or give you the info of what, you know, James Cameron did. It's like, I'm not James Cameron. I don't want to sell. It's just amazing. You got to see it. The best movie. Anyway, so good.
Yeah, right. No, edification is key. It's a master skill that we need in this industry. And if people are not showing or responding, that edification needs to be built in. It's I think, Tom, I don't know if you feel this way. I think it's a skill that's not talked about enough, truthfully.
Big time.
I really think so.
All right. So we're going to be jumping in. I know you're always limited, always very busy these days. Hard to get your time.
I know.
But I'm glad I got it. So we're going to jump in. So let's talk about it. If you were to build your business right now in your whatever industry, like let's talk about the networking industry, the team building, the residual based industry. Like, what do you think you would want to tell your new people that have partnered with you that want to go out there and do the same thing is the best way to start their business? Like, what is the number one key step? Would you do Facebook ads first? What would you do first?
You know, I get all types of different clients. You know, some people I work with are like 7-figure earners in the industry. And I also get people who are brand new, but everybody is always variations in the answer. But truthfully, if I was to start today, even though I'm an ads advocate, I love the internet. I'm a geek. I love the numbers. It's all that stuff. It's like a game every day for me. It's fun. Some people think you've always told me you think I'm nuts, but because you're like, that stuff drives me crazy. But I firmly believe that when somebody starts a business, and if I was to start one today, I would do, and you've heard me say it, Tom, and some of you that follow me may have heard it. I believe strongly we need to do what I call a grand opening. Because if you opened any store, pizza place in town, right? Whatever, you would be like, oh my gosh, I just did this thing, right? You got to come to my pizza place. Here's some coupons, get over here. First 5 people get a free pizza. Like we would be announcing and telling our friends, family, and people on social about our business. 100%. So a lot of people, when they join network marketing, home-based business, team building business, whatever we want to call it, that we don't tell anybody, like people don't say anything, like it's a secret or something. And I have this really cute client. She's in travel and she's been in the industry for a year and she hasn't enrolled anybody. And here she's she's working with me. And so when people work with me, I also have them have an appointment with a mindset coach. And she was so cute because she said, Jen, the mindset coach pointed out that I'm afraid to talk to anybody I know in person. And she went and shared with somebody about, told them what she did for a living, just somebody she met, and they booked a $2,500 trip. And I said to her, we've got to build this business for multiple spokes, and we've got to let the people we know in our life what we're doing, whether they want to use our product or service. Maybe they want to lock arms with us and build a team. Maybe they know somebody who would be interested. We put that out there so they can support us in whatever way. And then once that starts to slow down a little bit, you work through all that, even your social connections and stuff like that, then we can think about paid advertising in some way. And it doesn't matter whether it's Facebook ads. Could be for me, for many, many years, I stood behind a table every weekend at a vendor event. That's how I built so much of my business, was live vendor events, women's expos, pet expos, things like that. Radio, it could be standing in line at Whole Foods. I mean, whatever it is, we have to think outside of our current network. That's why the industry is called network marketing, because we have our own network of people that we know, like we really know them close, or we really know them a lot, like they could be acquaintances, but then we got to go to the next network and we got to meet more people who know more people. Think of a spider plant, right? Anybody's ever had a spider plant, that thing keeps shooting babies off, right? Boo, boo, boo. That's how this business is. We're the main spider plant, and then poof, we got to tap into another network, and then we meet those people, and those people know people, and poof, we got to go to another one. So we always have to be adding to what I call the pipeline, so that we've got a continuous flow of people. And there's a mentor that I have had in my life. He's told me, Jen, if you can remember all of your prospects' names, you don't have enough of them. Who said that?
I don't know. I don't know who could have said that.
Who said that?
Tom Chenault.
Tom Chenault. This guy who's married to this really pretty lady, and he's got these beautiful daughters. So, you've always said that. You're like, Jen, if you can name all your prospects on your hand or remember all their names, you don't have enough. And we want to fill that pipeline for many different ways. You might be reaching out on social. You're asking for referrals. You've got some ads going in the background. You're meeting people out and about. And when we create this momentum of all these people we're touching, then the cup starts to overflow, and then we're rolling and rolling and rolling. And every week we go from 1 a week to 2 a week to 3 a week to 3 a day. It just starts to momentum. I've seen you do this multiple times, even in your own team. Yeah. And that is how we get to that elusive. How do you get to the momentum where you're just breaking rank and rolling and being at the top of the pools?
Well, it's so funny. We have kind of nervous. We've got actually one of the top leaders in our industry in the entire world just popped on, Mr. Tom Chenault. Good to see you, Tom. Listening in. Tom is one of the best people at cultivating relationships that I've ever met in my entire life. All right. So, man, if anybody can build relationships like Tom, you would never have to worry about who do I talk to, who do I help with your product or service or business, when you really have genuine friends that you've sowed seeds into and you loved on and you served. Like, really, at the end of the day, you could spend 10 lifetimes building your personal manual network the right way. And, I'll just say this, because I know, I'm really more than ever, even though I've been one of the top enrollers in the cold market, even though I love doing paid traffic and scaling brands and building social media, now at my career level of being this almost 30 years, if you have enough influence, you can sustain a network and a relationship forever. And then secondarily, with the social media, you can build a new network manually. But when you're ready, for it, I like to spin that extra plate and learn from someone like Jen to rock. Why not place some ads? In fact, one of the only reasons why I'm even having my friend Jen pop on here is the top enrollers in our company. A lot of them is, I think, number one, is using Jen's system of learning how to do Facebook ads. So,
yeah. It's one of those things too. The reason why I started doing it was because I couldn't find somebody that would be able to do it for this industry. And you watched me struggle and learn. I remember, and it was a task, and that's why I decided to share and teach it, because one of the biggest things we face in our industry is we run out of people to talk to. And even if we're the best networkers in the world, I always think, we're out, we're meeting people and we're creating relationships. We have a steady flow of people that are coming through every day, every week. That just adds more momentum to what we're doing. Because I believe that the universe answers us. And, if we're doing the things and we're talking to people, all of a sudden the momentum just starts to compound. And it's because we're doing more than one thing. I think we really need to be good at prospecting 2 to 3 different ways. That's my own personal belief.
2 or 3 different ways. So, and okay, so for all of you that are listening in right now, many of you, again, are going to be watching the replay of this later. How many personal enrollments would be ideal for the style and the way that you build your network marketing business? How many enrollments would you like on a monthly basis? Put in the comments here if you're listening to the replay or if you're live. Put that in there. Just curious to know. And if you want to put your best month ever, if you've ever done that before, curious what that might be as well. If you want to put your best and what you want it to be, just curious.
What's your best month ever, Tom?
Oh gosh, 50 plus, 52, 53.
Really? I think mine was 100.
Shut the front door. Really?
It was when I was doing vendor events. We would enroll. I had one vendor event we did. We enrolled 100 in a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Gone are those days. I'll tell you that. It's not the way to do it. It's, kind of had its day. But
yeah.
We did, on average, we'd enroll 40 people a weekend. And we would do one of those big, these are trade shows that were like $1,000 a booth. But yeah, it was amazing. That was early 2000s.
Yeah. Now I'm really into a little bit more quality. I love being consistent still. Like last month, we were number 3 enrollers in our company. But my whole thing is like really tap rooting now, really working through their relationships and tap rooting. And then of course, keeping that pipeline full. So Jen, talk about it. Who is ads not good for? Like who might not be ready for it? Because I don't want everybody, it's not the holy grail. Again, there's so many other grassroots way that are very duplicatable. In fact, I'll even say as or more duplicatable. But again, there are certain people that it's for, but who would it maybe not for?
I think it goes back to what we just talked about with relationships. A lot of people think that ads are easier because it's not the people that are in their life, that they think it's easier to talk to strangers. And I'm like, well, you still got to, with the internet, and you said it indirectly, you have to be even better at establishing relationships with internet.
Oh, I'm so glad
connections.
you said that.
because like I can meet you in person and we click and we get the little, sparkly conversation happening. But then if I met you through the internet, I have to be even better. And that's why there can be attrition building on the internet, because a lot of people, and I don't do this, like I've seen systems out there that just run ads to landing pages and they just get automatic enrollments. I'm like, no, I teach a very high touch, type of building method, because which includes talking to humans. Because if you think that ads are going to be easier because you think that you could just send links to enroll people, like I don't like that, and I know a lot of people that enroll without talking to their prospect. They enroll through Messenger, they enroll through whatever. That's fine if it's working for you, but we want to get that connection with the prospect, meet them at the next company event, regional, whatever. We need to do that to retain long term. And I've got people in my team that I had built that are still ordering from 22 years ago because I established those really good relationships when I enrolled at the time. Now, another thing is that people in this industry, and it's an overall issue, that we can get rich quick. It's kind of like make money, earn six figures by next year, tomorrow, whatever it is. And so people that think that ads are a lottery, that's also not right. I like to take what the way I put this together, and it hit me recently, is I use direct response marketing and network marketing, and I marry those two strategies so that we're developing that high relationship and that communication, but we're building this business for the long term. We want these people to, the beauty of relationship and team building is residual income. And we want those people to be with us long term. So a business that it took me, I don't remember, it was 12 or 13 years to hit six figures.
Wow.
And I was overnight growing fast, right? And I hit a really great income. But for me to hit the elusive six figures, it took me over 10 years. But when I stuck it, I stuck it. And that I met with a bookkeeper today, that just was going through my new numbers. Like, she doesn't know me. She's looking at my bank statement. She goes, "What is this?" I said, "That's money that I built 20 years ago that's still coming in this every month." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "That's my residual income that's paying me in dividends because I built that business 20 years ago."
So
and we've got to have that mindset. So ads are for people that think they can enroll automatically, or they're going to get rich in a lottery overnight. It's another way of building that you take the time to learn and you give it time to mature and, just really establish that solid, stable business for years to come.
I love that. And, I want to ask everybody, if you're listening in right now, what she's talking about is a leveraged residual based business where you build the customers and they reorder and then they reorder. And then they can also possibly go out and get other customers and possibly even share and build teams of people that get customers. It's the most leveraging way I've ever seen to make money. Some people call it, "Oh, it's one of those things." I'm like, yeah, it's the most leveraging way I've ever seen. One of those things to pay, right? It's the most solid models I've ever seen. And I do many other businesses as well. Just curious, what business, if you're listening to this right now, what kind of business model are you in? Are you in a team building network marketing model? If you are, put what company or put what business that you're in. I'm curious. Put in the comments here below. If you're not in one, put "I'm open" or "I'm not in one" or whatever. But just curious if you're not in one. And I also want to just real quick, just do a real intermission here. I got a few more questions for Jen before she takes off. But before she leaves, just in case you've got to bounce, and you think you're qualified, like you already have a little bit of momentum, or you're comfortable connecting with your warm market, you want to build an expansive warm market through ads. Jen, do you have like a website or something where people can get more information or learn more about what you do?
I have a homing pigeon on the top of my house that if they have a homing pigeon, they can send it out with their name. It'll come to no, I'm just kidding. So homing pigeon. So it's get leads for FOR growth facebook.com is my presentation about ads. And then people watch that and see if it's something for them or not, right? Because I'm really straight. So it's getleadsforgrowth.com.
Get leads. And I just put it in the chat. So if you're watching the replay, look through the chat under Tom and Kim Challen or Tom Challen. I put it in the chat there for those of you who'd like more information on that.
Thank you,
Awesome,
Tom.
Jen. All right. So what else do we got to know about why is it effective or tell me something else about how to really grow using Facebook ads?
Well, the thing is with Facebook ads that is, I've got literally, this is a dissertation I could go on for a very long time. One thing I will say, please, that people, when you're going on Facebook, whether you're starting out and you're just posting on your profile, I could give you a few tips that are going to be helpful for you to make Facebook happy. Because one of the things that I hear all the time is that Facebook does not like network marketing. And they don't like spam. That's what I want to say. They don't like spam. So, your company links and your, make money now, ask me how kind of posts, refrain from those. And that goes back to establishing relationships with people, giving people value, helping them with something in their life that might be a problem or that you can maybe serve with your product or your business opportunity or something like that, or your service. But I see all the time, people just posting links and, order this here, or, our specials are this, or, and that Facebook doesn't like that at all. And if you have a Facebook page, do not put those links in the about. Put your real email or an email you don't mind, some spammers spamming you at, and put really another huge tip, and this is kind of random, is put a privacy policy on your Facebook page that will also keep you in good standing with Facebook. So those are just a couple little tips to keep people happy, to make Facebook happy, because I get a lot of clients who they need for me to get them out of a locked down situation on their Facebook account. And it's not like, it's because of people were acting like spammers. And I always say to, when people say, well, what do I do? What do I say? Imagine you were receiving that in your Facebook feed. Would you want it to look like that? Or would you rather have somebody talk about, a problem that your company product or service, they want to know more about you. They want to trust you. They want to trust somebody that's got an opinion about a product that worked, or, something that they love, versus, some type of spammy sales. And I'm kind of glad that they lock people down on that, because Facebook doesn't want the platform to become like a spam central thing. It'd be garbage. Nobody would come on the platform. And who wants to see that anyways?
All right. So good. Thank you for that. Got a freebie tip in there. Thank you for that, Jen. So here's the question though, because I want to know this. We have a lot of our top producers on our team. They're like, oh, I just boost an ad. Why would they have to go through all the work of learning how to do ads when they can just click that little button that Facebook or Instagram has and just boost that specific video that they did? What's the difference between boosting and actually placing an ad?
So that is one of my favorite topics, and it's a really good question, because what makes the ad campaign work is the campaign. The ad is truly the easiest part. And the ad, to get it to run, to start to get the leads, is fine and coming through, but it's the back end of what makes that momentum work. Is about 85% is the follow-up channels, and what to say and how to communicate and how to stay in front of those people and engaging them. The ad is just the first little part. And the ad itself is easy to write in general. I mean, some people struggle, but I can easily teach that. The part that comes beyond that is, how do you follow up? How do you stay in front of them? How do you convert them to brand partners or using your product or service? And then also, how do you, get them in the long term to stick? I mean, that's really the biggest challenge, is that. And that's what I have to really work on. And there's also, I think, for some people that I've worked with who are really the high level leaders who have used ads, and they come to me and they're already successful with running ads, we can automate certain things and use certain tools that really save them hours a day. I've had more than one time when I'm working with somebody and I say, well, we need to do this to save your time. And like, they'll be crying because they're like, I spend 3 hours a day manually doing stuff, and we could put in some automation, not for automatic enrollments, but it saves people so much time. That those are the golden things I think that I believe are really the important stuff to teach. Because ads, yeah, you could turn it on, but then it gets a life of its own. Now you got so many leads, you don't even know where they're coming from. You can't keep up with them. They're falling through the cracks. How do you follow up? How do you make them, how do you convert them? That's the big piece of it, more than anything, is that.
Wow, that's so good. Yeah, and without that, people can spend the money, spend the time, and get no results.
I spent $5,700 on ads before I converted my first lead.
Wow.
Because like the platform, that's what I call it. Like in Harry Potter, you call it the you don't say Voldemort's name. I don't use the platform's name because it's always listening. Another tip. So I got so excited about that. What was I talking about?
I forgot.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I need to go drink some more green tea and help my face.
Yes.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
Cool ring, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's oyster shell.
Does your organic traffic that you're posting on I'll call it now, thanks for the tip again, the platforms, does the organic traffic that we place on the social platforms that we're on help with ads? So is it work synergistically?
Oh, I love this question, because what I'm seeing lately is so exciting. And this is so exciting because they're rewarding people more in the last year-ish. I don't know quite when it happened, but I noticed that if you're running ads, they're giving you way more love on your organic reach through the pages. Like my page is getting when I remember to post organically, I'm getting a lot of organic love. So, and that's, I spend quite a bit every day on ads, but I notice they feed each other. And then when you've got good content on your page and you write engaging ads, you get even more love. So, but for many years, many years, they didn't care. Like you could be running $3,000 a day in ads and you would not get special preference on organic reach. But I'm seeing that come back because I've jokingly posted some stuff on accident from Instagram going over to my Facebook page. Like I'm kind of oblivious sometimes. And all of a sudden I started getting all these comments and stuff. And I was like, on my page. And I think it's exactly what we're talking about, is they're recognizing the ad spend. So they're giving you more organic love. And that is newer within the last year-ish. That's very exciting. Cool. Yeah, it's so very cool. Yeah, because as you know, like for many years, they didn't. And we're seeing that. So it goes back to, you don't need to post every day on your page. We're talking about the business pages, but post a couple times a week and post good stuff, and let your prospects and the people know about your business and know about you. People will fall in love with you, then they'll follow you and they'll trust you. And you're building, going back to what we're talking about, the essence of everything in retention is the relationship. They don't care about the features of your magic little thing. Oh, I'm going to post this on my Facebook page and it's made out of special metals and buy here. They don't care, but they care about you, and they're going to buy from you because they like you and they're going to follow you. So post a couple times a week some good stuff on your page, do some reels. And then if you're running ads, you're just going to notice there's going to be some synergy in between the two of them.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Post a couple times per hour. No, I'm kidding. At least per day.
Per day.
I heard you say per week.
I usually, me, I'm kind of, me, I'm a hermit. Like, so like if you go to my Facebook page right now, I think I posted I forget to post.
That is so fun.
But it's just ironic. Do you need to live on Facebook all the time? No.
Oh, but you said it.
I know the platform Voldemort, but do you need to live on there? No, but post good stuff. And that's quality over quantity. What is what do you want to attract? Who do you want to build a relationship? Give them stuff that they would want. Give them good stuff, and that will go. Those things are what go viral.
Yeah, very good. Well, Jen, I know for those of you that are tuning in right now, we've been talking with the amazing Jen Spring. She built a multiple six-figure in the team building, networking industry, and a seven-figure business in a coaching and training industry. And she is one of the top experts in the world for helping you scale your business using Facebook ads, or sorry, ads from F&B, from the company.
The platform.
Anyways, yeah. So, and if you want to get more information on that, see if it's something, because in Jen's the thing I like about Jen is if you're not the right fit, if she doesn't think you're ready for it, she's going to let you know, because her program is not for free. Obviously, that's why she makes her other coaching business. But I'm not making an affiliate or anything like that, because I just believe it. I believe in her, and I see our top enrollers in our company right now. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them are using Jen's system right now. And so, Jen, I'm going to put it here in the comment right here. No, not a Fit Dad Tribe. It's getleadsforgrowth.com. So I'm going to put, what is it, Jen? Get leads.
Yep. FOR growth.com. You see my bald spot as I put my head down. Isn't that weird? See how I cut my hair? I accidentally cut my hair. I almost cut all my hair off. You're not allowed to cut your own hair, Tom. I know, but I so hate going to the barber. So boring, so long, takes forever, especially in Puerto Rico. Anyways, we're not talking about that. But Jen, is there any final words as we're wrapping this up right now that you want to share with anybody when it comes to scaling the business with Facebook ads or anything else? I think that, this industry or any business truly is about, looking at the parts of your business and your goals and doing what's not comfortable, truly. And we say that, if you're thinking about running ads, or you're thinking about even joining a company, or you're thinking about doing vendor events or making the list of people to do your grand opening, if you feel like that, like you're hesitating, it means you really need to do it. Oh, it's so funny. Shanda, who's got a multiple 8-figure business, she says anything that she's getting in her heart or mind that she resists, that she does not want to do, she attacks. And that's why she's one of my most wealthy friends like you that I know, because anytime she doesn't want to do something, she just does that one thing. Yeah, it is like when you feel that resistance or that, procrastination, it's really something you need to do, like cleaning your closet, right? We all have a drawer or a closet or something, or under our bed where we just kind of shove stuff. Well, that's the stuff we need to take care of. And we do that in our life and our business as well. And those areas are the opportunity for growth. And like the hardest thing, I said it earlier, for me to ever do, the one thing I really didn't want to do was talk to people on the phone or through the Zoom or whatever and close them into my business. And now I feel like I'm a master of that skill. And it was the hardest skill I ever had to do. Oh, I hated it. I got something for you. I got something you don't want to do. What? So we are finally launching our dream events, and we're starting in August. Then we have a few thereafter at the end of the year, and we're gonna see if we can get you to come out. I know you probably drive, but come out to, I think the next one's in Vegas. For those of you that are in the home-based or team building industry, I'm actually doing a live recruiting challenge, how to 4X your recruiting. If there's one thing that I've learned how to do is how to recruit really good people from all different sources, not just Facebook ads, but from all different sources. Go to 12xteam.com, 12xteam.com if you want to learn about the event, if you want to learn about the free challenge, if you want to learn how to 4X, it's actually 12X your recruiting. That's why I have 12X team. Mm-hmm. It's a 4X challenge, but really I'm going to show you how to 12X growing your team. So 12xteam.com. I'll put it in the chat here as well. But Jen, thank you so much Yes, and if there's anybody that I know without a question of a doubt in my mind whom I call the master recruiter, it's you. And when people say, I need to learn how to do certain things, close, develop relationships, absolutely, you're the person that I refer them to, because that is like, it is the, I don't, you're like a tenth of a percent of, you know what I mean? Like, you are the master recruiter, I guess we'd say that, but yeah, that is the truth. So if there's anybody to guide you listening through this process to increase your business, I would never have gotten to 6 figures in this industry if it wasn't for Tom. I was stuck for 8 years, plateauing in my business, grinding away 80 hours a week. Tom audited my business. This was like in 2012 that you did this. You audited my business. We got rid of a bunch of junk that I was doing, wasting my time. And we got very specific. And within 6 months, I popped a glass ceiling that I was stuck for 8 years. 8 years. That's a long time to not quit. And it was because of your guidance that got me there. Wow. And so if there's anybody that, I would recommend to help 12X, what if even doubled, tripled the business, it would be worth it. It's you. So was it 12xteam.com? I wrote that down for even my clients.
Let's go.
Yeah, Jen, let's do it. Woo!
So you see how Jen is? I'm interviewing her. She starts this thing out edifying me as the interviewer, which is so rare, by the way. And I'm trying to wrap this thing up about her and finishing up a little bit. And then what does she re-edifies towards the end when most people don't do that. And she didn't have to, obviously. But anyways, Jen, that's why you're the master of edification. That's why, but more importantly, also that your clients, like I've been very hesitant to promote cold traffic systems. The more I learned how to build a network and influence and relationships and depth building and tap rooting and network marketing, the more I don't promote as much cold market strategies anymore but I do with you because I see such a tangible result and such a simple, even though Facebook ads are not easy, right? Nothing's easy in business, but you've made it simple. You've made it step by step and you've made it hands-on approach to doing that. So thank you so much for blessing us today. For those of you that want to go to the next step, make sure you go to in the chat here is getleadsforgrowth.com. Just go register, see if you're the right fit. Jen Springer, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
We love you. Hopefully we see your face in person soon as a speaker at our next event.
Yeah, you got to let me know when that date is. Please send it to me.
Yep, it's going to be the first week in August. Okay,
thank you. That's Monty's birthday.
Yeah. So anyways, God bless. Thanks for listening in. We're going to be doing a lot of world changers around the country and around the world, helping you build your client base, your teams and social media and so much more as we find and bring on more world changers. So God bless and have a great day. All right. Give me a second, Jen. Let me see. I'm going to end the broadcast right now in 3, 2, 1. Shazam.